What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 2 of my NHL 22 Ottawa Senators franchise mode series. Quickly, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support on the first episode. Really appreciate it. If you guys don't mind leaving a thumbs up on this one too, that would mean the world. As you guys can see there, Brady Tkachuk has 10 points in 6 games so far in the preseason. If you guys missed that first episode, definitely go and check it out. But spoiler here, Toronto Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup. So our rivals get in the Cup. We definitely got to try and win at least one here in this series. I'll show you guys the lines heading into this season. Honestly, pretty happy with how they're looking. I think that honestly might be a little bit too good because we are still trying to get a high pick here, get either Connor Bedard or Matthew Michkov. So we got Tkachuk, Norris, and Brown on the first line, get a +1. Batherson, Stutzla, and Mangiapane on the second get a +3. Formanton, Spezza, White get a +1. Then we have Gamble, Zach, and DeBrusk on that fourth line. Now, a lot of people said Stutzla needs to be playing first line to really kind of gain his full potential, and I think I agree. So I could switch him with Norris. Second line only gets a +2. But, I mean, you got Tkachuk and Stutzla together, the two best players. They have the most potential. Brown's on the wing there, who you think is going to play really well in that spot. Now, defensively here, we've got Sanderson and Shabbat top pair. So this is Sanderson's rookie season. Hopefully he does well, already 82. Sandin, Branstrom, second pair. We got Sandin for a second-round pick with an offer sheet. Bernard Docker, Zub get a -1. No way around, unfortunately. Goaltending-wise, Gustin and Murray's our tandem there, both 82s. In terms of the special teams, +2 on the first four-man. +5 on the power play. Even the second there, no bonus, but it looks pretty decent. PK is a couple +1s, 3-mans, 2-0s. Like, we're going to take that. Now, in terms of the AHL here, +1 the first line. I'm really excited for it. Logan Cooley, we just drafted, 5th overall, playing with Shane Pinto and Ridley Gregg. So, I'm hoping that first line does well, grows. Even Maligan, Gaudette, and Hosang had, I'm pretty sure, played together last season, did really well. Wood and Herback, Reinhardt could be decent third. Ratcliffe, Kelly, Sokolov on the fourth. Defensively here, the top pair is not the greatest, but Lassie Thompson getting more minutes. Hopefully he'll grow. Then we have 279 and Zaitsev Holden on the second. Brophy here's a 49, but medium league potential. So again, just kind of hoping he'll grow. Cocken paired up with them. Sawgard their starter, 75 MM starter. Blomqvist backing him up for some reason. Penguins let him go. Or actually, it wasn't the Penguins. They trade him away. I forget who to. Now, other things you guys are saying, you want me to sign Stutzla here before he probably goes off this year. I think I agree. We'll see what he's looking for in an extension. Just under 8 for 6 years. I mean, we could do 8 years, 8.8. What if we did like an 8x8 for the next 8 years? We'd have him until the franchise is over. That's probably like a decent signing for us, honestly. Also, guys, if you missed the last episode, I signed Jason Spezza in free agency, and then I immediately gave him an A as he's the former captain of the Senators. And I think we let go of Nick Paul, who was wearing the A before. Tkachuk, of course, still wearing the C. Shabbat A. I should show you guys the record book too. Don't think we've done that yet. So Ottawa Senators will be tough to beat, as Daniel Alfredson's an absolute legend for them. You can see he has most of the records. Spezza, though, the current leader, which makes a lot of sense. The goalie records, 30 shutouts for Patrick Leem, 202 wins for Craig Anderson. I mean, we basically have to have Matt Murray the rest of this thing to even have a chance. Also, the Daniel Alfredson stats, they're going to be pretty tough to beat. Season records, most points, 105 by Heatley is definitely beatable. Even like goals there, 50 we could beat if you have a really good player. Shutouts there, 8's going to be tough as well. 39 wins, can definitely do that on a good season. Rookie records there, most points, 79. If we get Bedard and Michkov, that's beatable. And then game records there, only 7 points, 5 assists, 4 goals. I feel like there's a lot of records we could stat here if we're actually able to build a dynasty. Now, before we start the sim here, guys, I'm going to show you the ratings here heading into this season. You can see there we've got 92 offense, 91 defense, 82 goaltending. So the team might be a bit too high rated to tank, which I'm a little bit worried about because I think we might be in like no man's land, not good enough for playoffs. Not bad enough to be bottom of the NHL, but we'll be patient and just see what happens. Stutzla did accept our offer, so we got him locked up for the rest of the franchise. That's awesome. And check this out, guys. The Panthers just offered us 2/3 for the Kraken third and Hosang. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Hosang, but for a third-round pick, I feel like we got to move on from him. He's only got 1 year left there to grow. He usually ends up just being an AHL All-Star. The third-round pick could be like a medium-league goalie, could be any sort of sleeper. Yeah, as much as I like him, I think we have to say yes. And check this out, guys. We're at the end of December right now with a record of 19, 14, and 4. Didn't expect us to be playing that well. We're actually not only in a playoff spot, we're top 3 in the division there. Only 3 points back, the Panthers. So, if this keeps up, we're a playoff team. I'm probably not going to do any crazy trades, though, because it could be a fluke. Mangiapane there, averaging a point per game. Looking like we're not going to, catch, I think, Canadians last place in NHL with the Sabres. Both 26, unless we just start losing every game. So that's better than no man's land, where I thought we might be. So definitely happy with being in a playoff spot. AHL team, got Tet there, 32 and 36. currently have 50 points on the year, which is actually first in the AHL right now. Check this out, guys. I think I might have jinxed the team. So I said how we were a playoff team. We were in no man's land. We were like playing too well to tank, get a top pick. So that was literally December 31st. We did beat Montreal on the 31st, but then after that, we have since lost, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've lost 10 of 11 games. Our only win there coming against the Devils. And we're now 6th in the division. So that just shows you things can change quickly. And you gotta respect the hustle of the Buffalo Sabres trying to trade Jeff Skinner to me for 2 seconds. I feel like they'd have to pay me to take on that contract. And look at this, guys. After I showed you all those losses, we lost 3 more games. Just beat the Devils. So the Devils are the only team we've beat so far in the month of January. Like, that's not good. Oh my god. No idea what Winnipeg's thinking here. They're offering me Chaz Lucius for a 3rd, Mikko Kokkonen, and a 6th. This is such good value. Chaz Lucius usually gets to be like a low 80 at least. 1972, he's got 40 points right now in the AHL. Solid shot on him. Obviously, former first-round pick by the Jets. I want to say 2021, I believe, was when he got taken. Offensive awareness 33. Defensive stats not that great, but if he's a sniper, like, this is such a good trade for us. Kokkonen's only a 70 at 22. Yeah, this is a hard yes. I don't know what they're thinking. And we're at the trade deadline, guys, with a record of 28, 28, and 8. A lot of 8s in that one. You can see we played a little bit better there in February. Actually, I think we had more wins than losses, but that terrible January really pushed us down the standings. Still, though, like, we have a 10-point lead on the basement teams there. We'll have to get really lucky in the lottery to get a top pick. But you never know. Maybe we trade away a couple guys here at the deadline, start to tank even harder. Kachuk's having a solid season, 58 and 64. AHL team there second with 75. Shane Pinto, 48 and 62 isn't too bad. So we'll get to the deadline. I would say we're a conservative seller, I guess. I'm not really sure. I feel like, yeah, if you're a seller, you're probably willing to trade like somebody crazy like Kachuk. So Carlson's on the block, Drew Doughty, Brodin, Tarasenko, Varlamov, Dumba, Burns, Donskoy, Skinner, and Brown. Brown's the St. Louis Blue now. I feel like Varlamov was on the block last year, wasn't he? So I guess Islanders can't trade him. We are looking to basically build for the future here. So I definitely think it makes a lot of sense to trade Jason Spezza. We're not going to make the playoffs. It's looking like he's got some value still. He's about to turn 40. Good chance he retires. I'd rather not lose him for nothing. And if we can get back like a 2nd-round pick, it's definitely worth it. And so I just quickly went through every single team here, guys, looking for basically, who was the best team. I guess I could have checked standings, but I don't think you can do that at the trade deadline. And the top team's Carolina, 43 wins. I want to do right by Spezza. So we could trade him for Ryan Suzuki. Honestly, though, I think I'd rather take a chance with like a 2nd-round pick, which looks to have less value than him. Interesting. Could we get a 1st-round pick out of Carolina? But you know what, to keep it easy, let's try going for a 2nd and 3rd here. Also retaining some money on him just to kind of even like sweeten the pot more because I think value's slightly on their side. And they do say yes, okay. So calling up Miles Wood, who's 80 overall, been playing the AHL. Still some more moves to make for sure. Okay, Edmonton. Tumanen for Holden 2/3. So a similar deal we were just trying to make with the Avalanche. Let's just try the Carolina 3rd. That way, like I said, it's almost a 4th-rounder. And they do say yes. Okay, so they're medium top 6 player there to our prospect pool. And next year, guys, we're trying to trade some depth players to the Avalanche for a 2nd-round pick. Zub here is not too bad. 27, 81 overall defenseman. Definitely more defensive. Watson there's in the AHL. I think Wood would be getting called up to the NHL. Probably to replace Spezza. But if we can trade these 3 guys for a 2nd, I think that's really good value. And the Avalanche say no. I think a 3rd-round pick would definitely not be enough. I mean, we could take Olsen, who we were trying to get earlier. Trade still rejected. Let's try adding the Florida 3rd-round pick here with Zub, Watson, Wood for Olsen. They said no, so I'll also add a 4th. This seems like so much, but Olesen's like pretty solid. 20, 70, putting up decent numbers, has a decent shot there. And they're going to say yes. Okay, so we'll do that. Calling up Zaitsev to replace Zub. And the trade deadline is now complete, guys. I feel like we made some pretty good trades there. Really didn't give up much of value and got some good futures. Of course, our trade for Olsen there. Andreas Janssen going to the Blue Jackets. Let's see here. Matt Roy there goes to the Canadiens. Pastujov goes to the Devils. Damon Severson to the Ducks. Nichushkin to the Kraken. Brown to the Islanders. Chris Tierney on the move to the Rangers with Nieto, Beaulieu. Mikael Backlund to the Sharks. Let's see. Hinostroza to the Red Wings. Brandon Saw to the Kraken. Brent Burns to the Panthers. And Samoskevich to the Sharks. Jeff Skinner to Arizona. That could be like a future cap dump. Foligno to the Red Wings. Wyatt Johnston to the Wild. What is Dallas doing? Or I guess they got back Matt Dumba and Kulikov. Not a bad return, but Wyatt Johnston, so sick. Plays for the Spits. Currently leading the OHL in points. Zachary Leroux to the Canadiens. They'll like that. They get a Quebec-born player. Ristolainen to the Bruins. Our trade there, Spezza to the Hurricanes. Donskoy, Neal, Parise to the Ducks. They got a bunch of depth. And they give up Jacob Perreault and Axel Anderson for that. Are you kidding me? Why couldn't we make a trade like that happen? I was trying to trade depth players for one medium top 6, and they were able to trade for 2? Like, come on. Barbashev to the Rangers. Calvin DeHaan and Getzlav go back to the Ducks. Oh, weird. So Getzlav left, and now he's coming back. Definitely no blockbuster trades. Look at this. Nick Hold'em, he could immediately... Honestly, they're dumb. So I'm going to take them back because we actually have to sign one of these defensemen right now because I don't have enough defensemen to play. So the best one, 1865, Guerrero. Hopefully he's not in juniors. He isn't. Okay, so you can jump right in. Yeah, I was going to say, we're short an HL defenseman. So after the trade deadline, guys, here's an updated look at the lines. I think the top 6 is still the exact same. Third line's now Formanton, White, and DeBrusk. Obviously no Spezza. Fourth line there is Zaka, Gambrill, Ratcliffe. Defensively here, I think top 4 is the same, but we now have Zaitsev bottom pair. Goaltending-wise, also the same. If you guys are wondering about special teams, we actually got +3 on the 4-man. Same power play 1. PK is a +2, 2-0. It's basically the same. Like, we've honestly mostly traded AHL players aside from Spezza, and I guess Zub too. Now, AHL I'm actually really excited for. +2 on the top 6. We got Olesen in the lineup. We got Lucius in the lineup. Tumanen. I think the whole third line is actually the brand new third line we just got. All medium top 6s. They're getting a -1, but I feel like it'll be okay. Hopefully it's okay. Defensively wise, you can see Guerrero there, who I just signed because we only had 5 AHL defensemen to play. Goaltending's the same. Again, we're hoping for the Calder Cup for the AHL, and we're hoping the AHL team does poorly. Also, to that first line, just noticed Pinto, Cooley, Gaudette. Hopefully they go off. And now, speaking of trying to tank here, we got 18 games left. I feel like we honestly have to go like 2-16 to have any chance at first overall. And so we're at the end of the season, guys, a record of 36, 37, and 9. So we just finished below 500, unless you count OT losses. We actually finished above the Sabres and Canadiens still. So yeah, we have a chance at first overall. It's not as good a chance as I would have liked, but I mean that does show that the team's pretty good. There's obviously a positive in not being a terrible team and tanking. AHL wise, second, third in our division with 98 points. Gaudette only 66 for a team lead. That's not good. I'd like to see some AHL guys popping off a bit more than that. So Tim Stützle, 73, Kachuk, 70. Mangiapane, 61, but -29. Brown and White, both 54. So definitely we're getting White going there. His contract's not as terrible as it was when we started. Shabbat, 53 as a D-man's okay. Norris, -34, 49 points. I'd like him to be doing better. Same with Batherson, honestly. Formanton, 35 is okay. Goalies, so Murray got more starts. Basically, they're both just under .9 and both around 3.5 goals against. Pretty similar numbers there. AHL, Gaudette 66, Pinto 64, Cooley 61. I feel like Cooley should go up because that's not bad for an 18-year-old. Like, he might win AHL Rookie of the Year. Lucius there at 51 points. Olsen 44. Let's see, Sawgard's stats, .922 and a 2.2. Those are pretty good in AHL. I'll take a look at the entire NHL now and see who led the league in scoring. Patty Kane 113, DeBrincat 106. They seem to sim so well in franchise. Svechnikov, Aho, 94 there. Goals, Matthews, 57. Defensively here, Cale McCarr, 83. He's up to a 95 already. I did bump him up to franchise potential. Torrey Krug on Nashville, that's right. 74 points. Really surprised Blues traded him. Sider there's got 69, nice. Already up to an 89 overall. Rookie skaters, Dylan Gunther, 65 points. -2 though, so McTavish might win Calder. 2 less points, but +13. So dumb how they do that. I'll take a look at goalies here. Freddie Anderson, 45 wins. I think I made him, 87. So pretty fair, nothing crazy. The best save percentage looks to be Semyon Varlamov there, .916. And then best goals against, for a starter, Freddie Anderson. So probably Anderson there winning the Vezina. And look at the entire league here, guys. Carolina did win the President's Trophy, 112 points. So hopefully Spezza goes on to win a Stanley Cup. You're going to see all the playoff teams. Detroit gets in there at 16, then Vancouver squeaks in at 19. You kidding me? And where are we? 26th in NHL. Okay. So I believe that means we have the 6th best odds at the first overall pick. Sorry, the 7th best odds. I mean, we have a chance. We also have some assets. Could, pull an Islander, trade every single pick to try and move up. We'll see here. We're at the bottom of the league in goals for, goals against. Definitely not going to be at the top. We're not at the bottom for goals for. Goals against, we are 3rd worst goals against. I mean, yeah, our goaltending situation definitely could be better. Maybe we should have signed Jack Campbell last year, although no, because we were trying to be bad, so it doesn't make any sense. So we'll start with the AHL playoffs next year, guys. We're just going to sim through round by round, see how we do. We got the Marlies here in the first round, and okay, I thought they were going to sweep us. Honestly, kind of worse. We lost in 4, and the last game we lost was a 9-1 L. That's tough. Calgary Flames just fired their head coach after the season, or maybe the playoffs are going on. Didn't like that Mangiapane trade. Are you kidding me? Toronto Maple Leafs win back-to-back cups, and the Grand Rapids Griffins win the Calder. I'm pretty sure they won the Calder last year, unless, you know, I'm mixing it up with another video. And, I was hoping we would have won it. LA jumped from 6 to 2. We stayed at 7. We were like one spot away there from jumping up, getting Michkov or Bedard. I mean, we could potentially move up, but it's going to cost a lot to make that happen. Take a look at the playoff tree here. Maple Leafs went 7 with the Lightning, 7 with the Bruins, 6 with the Wings. That'd be a crazy conference final. And then 7 there with the Golden Knights. So, played a lot of hockey. Definitely deserving of that Stanley Cup win. Unfortunately, Spezza could not get it done. Kane there at Ross in the Hart. McCarr, James Norris, Kane, Lady Bing. McTavish did get the Calder. Matthews, Conn Smythe. Anderson, Vezina, and the William Jennings Trophy. Juleson, Bill Masterton. Minnesota coach back-to-back Jack Adams. Kopitar, Selke. Kane, Ted Lindsay. Matthews there, Maurice Richard. And look at this, I was right. The Griffins did win back-to-back Calder Cups. That's crazy. I don't think we won any team awards. We did not. Individual here, Cernak, most points. Berggren, MVP. That's cool. Shore there, most goals. Campbell, best rookie. Osterley, best D-man. So Campbell kind of stole it there from Cooley. Saugard, best goalie in the AHL. Okay. Osterley won MVP of the playoffs. Berggren, sportsmanship. Siegenthaler, community involvement. And then David Riddick there is in the AHL. Lowest goals against. I'm pretty sure Riddick's like an 81 or something. So kind of surprised he's in the AHL. And yeah, Hurricanes knocked out first round. So that does suck a little bit for Spezza. We'll get to the draft next year, guys. Like I was saying, we can try and move up. I know a lot of people don't like when you do move up, but I feel like if the pick has a ton of value and we give up a ton to do it, I think it's pretty fair. Filppula, Little, okay, just a bunch of guys who are basically already retired or kind of about to retire in real life. No one really crazy here. Goaltending-wise, Corey Schneider. Kind of surprised, you know, no Char retiring yet. I don't think Patty Marleau's retired yet either. Same with Joe Thornton even. And so we're at the draft now, guys. We'll take a look at this draft class. Michkov and Bedard are going 1 and 2. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could be getting Quentin Musty, which isn't bad at all. Theo Lindstein's also there. Braden Yeager. Okay, I know he got really good in our Pittsburgh franchise. I mean, he could still be there, though, at the 7 pick. Or we could just take Musty. Honestly, I'm probably fine with either. Although I did just notice Adam Fantilli there, who I know has more X factors than those two. So maybe it's worth moving up to the 5 spot to try and get him. You can see there's a couple made-up guys after Bedard. Probably, yeah, Drake there. I bet you he's medium elite. He's a gem. Speaking of which, looking at gems, definitely a lot there. 43 low elite defense. It doesn't really seem that great. Now, I don't think this trade's too unrealistic, guys. Trying to swap our 7th pick for the Sabres' 5th. They're also picking up a 2nd rounder. We'll see what they say. Trades rejected. Maybe we can just give them a higher 2nd. The 42nd pick there, the Coyotes. Still rejected. Honestly, I'd said how Fantilli has more X factors. I also think he's high elite, whereas Yeager and Musty are both medium elite. So 2 seconds there with the 1st. They do say that. Okay. Hopefully I'm right there about Fantilli. And hopefully it does turn out to be better than Yeager and Musty. Otherwise, this trade looks bad. So Bedard went 2nd, which is funny. He's definitely going 1st real life. 2 made-up guys, 80 medium elite, 82 medium elite. So we're picking 5 now. Had to give a couple second jump up here. I know we had Lindstein in the Penguins franchise. Again, these next 3 players are all solid. Fantilli, Yeager, Musty. But I think Fantilli's high elite. He's not. He's medium elite, my bad. But he's 77 overall. That shows you. I actually made him and I still can't remember. Yeager there, also 77 medium elite. And Musty 76 medium elite. Okay, so take a look at Yeager. He's got 1 zone ability, 2 X factors. Fantilli, yeah, he's loaded out there. So hopefully that was the right pick. Power forward. Definitely should help out with the chemistry. And so our next pick here, guys, in the 2nd round. Hopefully there's somebody good left still. I actually noticed, like, honestly, our scouts didn't do great this year. Like, all the best players were gone in the 1st round. I don't think there's too many steals here. So 52nd, I mean, this guaranteed low top 4 is going to be the next guy to go. Maybe we just take him. Kind of the safe pick there. 60 low top 4. That's actually not bad. Now our next pick's not till 103. A lot of guys are gone for sure. Yeah, look at that. Only 2 pins left. I don't think I know for a fact he's not medium elite. This guy should be low top 6. Are we really going to take... Are these the only guys? I feel like it doesn't make sense to take that guy yet. 348. So, yeah, we are really going in blind here. I don't know what our scouts were doing. Allen, though, good chance to be low elite. And he is. And he's 69 overall. Nice. 50-50, medium top 6. Esteban Beck. Medium 7th, okay. I mean, you guys saw we had, like, definitely a need for AHL defense. I mean, we literally had 6 total. Okay, we're 193. Let's take the 300 guy. Yakula, good chance to be low top 6. He's low top 9. Not the worst, though. Now, I honestly can't remember Gravel's rating. I'm pretty sure it's... Watch it be like AHL starting goalie. Medium fringe. Okay, it's actually a bit better than I thought. For the 7th round, that's not too bad. I think we have a couple more 6th, 7th round picks, but honestly, no one really left to draft, so I'm just going to try and flip these for picks next year. We know how good Steve Yzerman is with late round picks. We'll see if he'll take 3 7ths here for a 4th. Trade rejected. I wonder how many... I mean, a 6th seems way too unfair. Probably a 5th's fair value. Really? Okay, I want their 6th and 7th round pick next year then, to do 3 7ths this year. They still say no. Come on, at least give me... There we go. So I got a 6th next year for 3 7ths, but that's fine. Like I said, there was no one left, so I think it makes sense. Alright there, guys, you can see our 6 picks. After Fantilli, really no one that great. I mean, I'm not too upset, though, since we traded a bunch of our, 2nd and 3rds to get guys we knew were medium top 6 and already decent rated. And we're at the re-sign phase here, guys. We have about $17.5 million in cap space. All of our best players are locked up, which is nice. Connor Brown actually needs a new contract. Doesn't want an extension. Instead, he wants $6 million for the next 2 years. Seems kind of expensive, but we really don't have anyone else to resign, so it might just be worth it. Alex Formanton here wants 1.75. I think I'll just qualify him. Really no reason to pay him that much. Shane Pinto shouldn't want a lot. 2.9. The dude was in the AHL, so he'll be getting qualified. Dennis Malligan's going to be in the AHL. 1.1. I mean, I don't know. I'll do like 1.1 for 1. It's one of those where it's just kind of like whatever. Gamble down to 78. He is gone. Fantilli, I mean, I could put him in the NHL. He's at least an AHL player, right? Or actually, would he be going back to junior? I don't think I had him on a junior team, so I think he will be in the AHL. Logan Cooley, if he grows as well, could be in the NHL. Sokolov, 23.76. I mean, we'll resign him, I guess. And now looking at defensemen here, I feel like our D is really not that bad. Zaitsev actually went up in overall to an 80. Bernard Docker, this is his first NHL deal. $2 million for 3 years is an 82. That's actually such a fair ask. Oh my gosh. We could just have him the rest of this thing. Like Stützle, like Shabbat. Try like 2.4 for the next 8 years. We put him in the top 4, I think he'll actually grow. Rasmus Sandin here, we had that 1-year deal on. He wants 4.4 by 4 now. Okay. I mean, also, like, again, definitely, like, a reasonable ask. So we'll try giving him 4 for 4. We should have given him, like, 3.5 for 3, whatever it was he was asking last summer. Nick Holden there, who we brought back up the HL team. We're just going to let him go now. Allen there, 1969 low elite. I think he could be an AHL defenseman for us, so I'll give him a contract. 1965 medium 7th is not worth re-signing. Goalie-wise, Murray's still under contract 1 more year. Gustin needs a new deal, 1.3. I think that's a pretty fair ask. We'll try 1.25 for 2. Could buy out Murray and get a better starting goalie. Buy out Murray, it'll cost us $2 million for the next 2 years. I hate how you have to decide like right now what you want to do. We'll see what they all say to these offers, I guess. Connor Brown still have to make that offer on. Let's do... Honestly, I want to see how we play. Let's do like 1 year, 5.75. See what he says. Brown rejects, wants to test free agency. Okay, Sandin accepts. I wasn't sure he would. Same with Gustin, Sokolov, Bernard Docker on that long-term 8-year deal. Fantilli also accepted. So if we do sign Brown, we're going to have about $7 million to spend in free agency, which isn't ideal. I think we could bring in somebody better. So maybe we should buy out Zaitsev and or Murray. I'll try giving Brown the $6 million he wants for 2 years. If we were to buy out Zaitsev, it would cost us 1.5 for the next 2, which isn't too bad. I'm honestly wondering if I could potentially trade him, though, now that he's an 80 overall, and get something back and lose the entire salary. It's probably worth trying. Whereas Matt Murray, this one's probably worth the buyout. $2 million for the next 2 years. We can get a better goalie for $4 million. And we could also potentially get like a younger one if we make a trade or something. So I think I'm going to move on from Matt Murray. We're going to buy him out there. So we have 15 million. It'll be 9 if we get Brown. Brown still rejects that 6 mil though. He's playing hardball with us. Alright guys, I'm off for Brown, 6.5 for 1. Honestly, I'm thinking if we're not good next season, we'll just trade him with the deadline. If we are, we'll just keep him. So he says yes. We have just under 10 there. I like where we are, especially if we trade Zaitsev. We'll get even more cap space. And I think too, should be able to trade Zaitsev for like bare minimum a 7th round pick or something. So we'll get 2 free agency here. Hopefully there's some guys that can help us out. Obviously, we're looking for an AHL starter. You can see we lost some AHL coaches. I want to bring in some new guys. I think the AHL chemistry definitely could have been better. Now, before I even go to free agency, I don't even want to look at it, and I want to try and trade Zaitsev first. The Buffalo Sabres here have so much cap space. Let's see if they'll just give us like a 5th rounder for Zaitsev. Actually, he's got more value than the 5th, but a bad contract. I'll take the 5th. They do say yes. Okay, maybe we could have gotten a 4th, but I almost bought him out. You can see there we actually do have, you know, a lot of picks still for next season. So now, guys, we'll get to free agency with a bit more money to spend. We need a bottom pairing defenseman, a starting goalie, and probably like 1 forward. Nathan McKinnon's available. We got him in the Penguins franchise. We actually can't even afford him. We have 13 million. Tarasenko, Timo Meier there, 87 still, high elite, 66 points last year. Letang's available again. Interesting, because I mentioned him and Shabbat be a really good top pair, I think, but we have a lot of good young up-and-coming defensemen I think I'd rather play. Michael Bunting trying to get paid after playing with the Leafs. He wants 9 mil. Jonathan Toews, Mackenzie Weegar wouldn't be too bad. He's actually right-handed, even though he's listed as a left defenseman because he plays with Ekblad. He could be really good on the top pair of Shabbat as well, but again, I'm thinking more like a bottom-pairing guy. I feel like, let's take a look at goalies here. Freddie Anderson's available. Ilya Samsonov is up to an 87, but he's an RFA. Tristan Jarry there could take another former Penguins goalie. Semyon Varlamov, maybe a bit of a stopgap till like Gustin gets good, or potentially like our elite goalie. Interesting. Varlamov is the cheapest. He's like half the price of Anderson. Anderson's only 1 overall higher and only a couple years younger. Jerry there, more money than Varlamov because he's younger. 0.905 to 3.16 last year. Varlamov 0.916, 2.75. Those are really good numbers. Wow. I think if we are trying to compete next year, Jake Allen, 83, 775k. That is so good. Oh my gosh, I feel like I could sign him, throw Gustin like the AHL starting job. I really wish we needed a backup because that's such good value, but just doesn't make any sense to sign him. As we already have Gustafsson as our starter, probably going to grow to an 83 over the summer. And then, of course, we got Sagar in the AHL. So, Varlamov here I'd like to sign. We need a goalie bad. So, 4.75 for the next 2 years. Basically works out to the same money as Murray, but as you can see there, a big upgrade. Check 2A players here as well. Olivier Rodriguez, 22.79. I'm definitely taking a chance on him. He's got a lot of years left to grow. I want him bad. And looking at skaters here, Razika's available, 24.77. Flames player. I'm not sure why they're letting him go. Again, I'll do like a 3-year deal if they grow. Like, you got him at such a cheap contract. Let's see, anyone else here worth it? Lucas Johansson, 25.78. I think we literally just need AHL defensemen anyways, so worth it for that reason. Brett Leeson, 24.79, high top 9. The fact he's already a 79 is actually a really good sign. I feel like he could be even a 4th liner for us this year. And just for final check, shooting. Okay, there's no crazy shooters. Shea Weber there is in free agency. So I guess Montreal bought him out because he had a 700k contract, but it had all those years left. I guess to buy him out would cost like 200k or whatever, and they figured it was worth it, which is kind of funny. And look at this guy. Sean Monahan's available. Former Ottawa 67. Only 20 years old, wants 3.8, 84 overall. Kind of be like the perfect 3rd-line center, I think, to fill in for Jason Spezza's spot. 5 years, so he's 33. I think this is a pretty good sign. We'll do, let's try 4.2 for 5 years. I feel like he definitely would kind of fit in with our age group we got building. And look at this, guys. Montreal wants a 2nd and Malgin for Caden Primo and a 4th. That's a hard no for me. Sean Monahan is returning to Ottawa. Very cool. Olivier Rodriguez as well, so our AHL goalie is going to be even better. Lucas Johansson helped the AHL team. Tampa Bay, though, got Brett Leeson. Not interested in a 2-way deal. He literally showed up when I searched 2-way players. Razika as well, not interested in 2. These guys are showing up when I search 2-way. What the heck? Gaudette for a 5th, essentially. I think I'd rather keep him. He's been pretty good for the AHL team. I'm going to try signing Razika again. Only 2 years, though. Maybe that was, like, the issue. Also, we're still waiting to hear back from Varlamov. And he's joined the Ottawa Senators. There we go. And now I was going to say, guys, so after signing Varlamov, we still have 6.2 million. I think our forward group's going to be good, especially once Pinto, Formanton sign. Defensively, we really just need a bottom pair guy, and goalies were good. And like I was saying, guys, we need a bottom pairing defenseman. I was looking at either Edler or Braun here. They seem to be the best kind of bang for your buck because they're older. Edler, though, has the higher D awareness, still 88, and honestly, we have enough offensive D-men. I think that's fine. We get a veteran on the team. I'll offer him 2.1 for 1 because I'm assuming by next year we'll definitely have somebody taking his spot. So if he says yes, I think we'll actually be pretty good, assuming... Oh, there we go. Zika did accept the offer. I was going to say assuming Pinto and Formanton accept the qualifying offers. And there we go. Edler did say yes. So, yeah, the Ottawa Senators will be an interesting team next year. Especially, you know, depending kind of how everyone grows here during the summer. And look at this, guys. The Blackhawks just offer sheeted Shane Pinto, $3.2 million. Luckily, we had the money to match, so I'm definitely going to do that. I was thinking how we had, you know, some extra money and maybe we wasted it. Oh, look at it. Formanton accepted his offer sheet same time. So that worked out well that we had that extra cash. Otherwise, we would have had to trade someone away or just take the compensation. And after setting our lines for next season, guys, I noticed we have some extra players. Alex Edler here actually got beat up by someone in the AHL. I know we just signed him, but he's old. They're trying to trade him with the Kraken here. Also, Joel Blomqvist there after we signed Rodriguez. He's a third-string AHL. I would just feel bad if he didn't even get to play. 21.75 EM starter isn't that bad. Reinhardt here, decent player, but doesn't make the AHL team. Same with Jarventi there. So trying to trade all this for our second-round pick, which Seattle has. They also like 3 of the 4 guys. Values on our side. Trades rejected. Okay. Again, we're not releasing any of this, so I'm down to kind of just get whatever pick. Seattle's a seller, so I'd rather their pick than St. Louis. They still say no to the 3rd. It's like they know. Okay, maybe a 4th and a 5th. I feel like these guys have to have some value. We do get a 4th and a 5th. Okay. So after that trade, guys, I'm going to show you the lines heading into next season. Honestly, I'm not sure what's going to happen with this team. We're not going to be at the bottom of the league, though, that's for sure. Like, we made too many improvements. So first line's the same. Brady Tkachuk, Tim Stützle, Connor Brown. Honestly, I'm thinking, even if we are like in a wild card spot, I might just trade Brown at the deadline if he's playing well in that first line, because we got Colin White there on the 3rd line, 85. I could honestly put him on the first line right now, but like I said, I want to kind of artificially bump up Brown's value. Second line there, Mangiapane, Norris, Batherson get a +2. Pinto, Monahan, White on the 3rd get a +1. We then have Ratcliffe, Zach, and DeBrusk. No chemistry boost. Ratcliffe's insane. I think I've shown him before, but his physical stats there, 97 strength and aggressiveness is just ridiculous. Defensively here, no longer have a -1. So Sanderson, Shabbat +1. Sanderson's an 85 already at 21 is really good. Sandin, Brandstrom +1. Bernard Docker and Johansson. Johansson's up to an 80. Fixed the chemistry. I'm happy with that. And Varlamov there actually dropped to an 86, which is weird because he had good stats last year. At least got some of those up in ratings, so that's why I said it didn't really make a lot of sense to sign Jake Allen. In terms of the AHL team, so look at the top 6. Formanton, Malgin, Chaz Lucius +2. Ridley Gregg, Logan Cooley, Adam Fantilli +2. Like, this is just the kids line. Cooley, Fantilli, I'm really hoping play well. Like, we put, you know, a lot of stock in them. I just realized we drafted both of them 5th overall back-to-back years. So those are kind of like the 2 futures of this team. I'm actually curious. Malgin, 74 faceoffs. Lucius, 76. Yeah, I'll put Lucius in the middle there. 3rd line even. Sokolov, Niederbach, Rosika's nice. Olesen, Gaudette, Ostapchuk. I mean, Gaudette's been our leading scorer. He's 4th line because we had that much depth on forward. Defense is not the same. So Brophy here is 19, 62. Has medium elite. Going to give him a ton of ice time. Hopefully playing with Lassie Thompson, he does well. Allen, Asperot, Guerrero, and Gainet there on the bottom pair. Goaltending-wise, Olivier Rodriguez at 81. And then Sauger's actually the backup now at 77. So other than the defense, AHL team looks good. And like I said, I think NHL team should be pretty competitive. Obviously, 2 guys with losing Jason Spetz at the deadline had to name a new alternate captain. I went with Drake Batherson. If you guys think it should be someone else, whether it's Stützle, Norris, or, you know, another guy, let me know. But for me, I felt like Batherson made the most amount of sense. So I'll show you our ratings here. Heading into next season, I actually am curious to see what these are looking like. So 92 offense and defense with 86 goaltending. That's not a bad team at all. So maybe we'll be a playoff team. I feel like, you know, this team could go either way. So year 3 should be exciting. That's it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit us up and down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.